Hi, I am Damian Spencer. Lucky to be here with the lovely Svetlana. I'm going to do a small interview with her just to pick her brain a bit and get her point of view on a few things. So, Svetlana the dancer, when did you start dancing?
I started to dance when I was 3 years old, just by occasion because I'm the youngest in the family, so I have older brother and elder sister,
Right.
and they both started to do the ballroom dancing,
Okay.
and I was too young. Mommy couldn't let me at home, so she brought me with her, and then I was just start dancing, and their teacher noticed me, and she said, okay. She said to my mom, this girl, if she wants, she can try to dance with the group. So I was just aside somewhere dancing, doing some moves,
Right.
and then eventually I just end up there in the group, and then I started to. Then I went to the group with the small kids and stuff, and so that's how I started. Basically, when I was free,
Wow.
long
just
time ago.
just walking and already dancing.
Yeah,
Okay.
more or less like that.
Okay. So, and when did salsa invade and take over your life?
I was 16 years old. Yes, I remember because I wasn't mature enough to go to the party, and I remember when I started to do salsa, I had to find a guy that would call my mom and ask her if she's agreed that he takes me to the salsa party. That was very sweet. So. After the ballroom dancing, I always liked this Latin program, this passionate stuff,
Yeah.
but I couldn't find anything. I didn't know about salsa, so I went to flamenco because it was close to Paso Doble, to the
Right.
Spanish
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I was taking up flamenco for a year, and then eventually, just girl from flamenco, we were talking about Latin stuff. She said, "Oh, you have to try salsa," and I went to the class with her.
Yeah.
And it was, like ballroom dancers, they don't change the partners, so they have only one partner
Right.
they train with. And then she brought me to Rueda, and that was luckily, the biggest Rueda in the city.
Yeah.
We had around about like 40 couples or something, so I went to this class,
Wow.
and in 1 hour I've changed like 40 partners, all cute guys. Not all of them were cute, but
I get you.
and I was like, I'm staying here for sure. So since then, salsa came into my life, and
Okay.
it's still there.
And so, Svetlana, the teacher, when did you transition into teaching salsa? And what was the inspiration? And what's your teaching methodology?
Okay, many questions in one.
Sorry.
So I started to teach also occasionally, just because I went to the school to Boris Echa. It's like a Russian-Cuban man, very
Yeah.
popular in St. Petersburg.
Uh-huh.
So we were actually hanging around together. I was learning from him,
Yeah.
and then he would just he wouldn't show up at the class. Like I remember he called me 10 minutes before the class starts, and he said, "I'm not coming. You're taking the class." And I was like, I remember me crying. Like I went to the bathroom. I was crying for 3 minutes. I was like, okay, I have 7 minutes to prepare the class. I was
Just
like,
threw you in the deep end.
yes.
Okay.
I was shaking. That was super stressful. So my way to teaching was stressy, let's
Right,
say.
right.
So I was assistant, and then I would substitute him when he wouldn't come. Then he would give me like to try something with the ladies, like lady style, like solo part of the class or something like that. And then I don't remember this change, like when I would change from assistant to the teacher, but it just
Yeah.
slightly happened somehow.
Okay.
And I didn't have any methodology. I started like all the teachers, you were a good dancer, then they give you a group, and
Right.
you have to work with that somehow.
Okay.
But luckily, I was studying as psychologist at the university, so I started to dig in that topic from that angle,
Yeah.
from the psychology, and that helped me a lot. So, what was the second part of the question?
Second part
What
was
is your
the
teaching?
inspiration for it and your teaching methodology.
Yeah, no inspiration.
Yeah, just
I just had to.
Right.
My teaching methodology. I think I like the most to structure things, as you might have noticed already.
Just a bit.
So yeah, I love like to gather all the data that I have,
Yeah.
as many students as possible, as many mistakes as possible, as much information as possible, and then structure like find a certain structure in it and then give it to people in a very precise and short way. So this is, I think, this is my thing. And also, I care very much about awareness of the movement, because I believe that when you're aware of what you're doing, you can easily fix the mistakes in other people. So as teacher, I like it very much when I see somebody and I know clearly what is wrong. I know clearly what to do. I don't have the feeling, I have it, but not often. Like mostly teachers have when they start, because I'm now doing also teachers training. I don't know what do they feel.
Right.
Like you're checking the person and you think like, okay, something is wrong, but I'm not sure what would it be. So of course then in this way, in this situation, the suggestions would be not clear. Like, okay, you have to train or something hard, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So I like it very much to make very precise and clear corrections. I think this is also part of my methodology.
Very good. Very cool. So tell us about Dance High School.
Dance High School.
Yeah.
It's a project that I found with my best friend, Nastya. You know her from the marathons?
Yes. Yes.
So we
The
were...
Guardian.
The Guardian, yeah. The Guardian of the marathons. I like the word.
Yes.
So we were studying together at this psychologist, and she never danced before. She really, I remember literally the moment when I taught her how to even walk straight, you know, in a beautiful way.
Yeah.
And now, you know, she's a great dancer.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we found this project because I realized that I want to contribute to this process when dancers they become teachers.
Yes.
Because for me, I found out that this is the most. So when you get in the bad hands of the teacher who doesn't have the methodology and who doesn't realize how to teach, you might really have troubles, with your self-esteem, with your progress, with everything. So I found that there's a very big problem, and that's why initially the Dance High School was the place where we would take the dancers, teach them how to teach,
Excellent.
convert them into teachers, you know.
Excellent.
Yeah, and then let them teach.
Right.
So we actually have a few teachers which are completely ours, like they grown in our course, and we are very proud of them.
Yeah.
But we also, back then we had to like do business stuff, you know, so we hired also some teachers from side.
Yes.
But initially that was the idea. So the place where you teach teachers so that they can teach better people. And from that on, I mean, we're still keeping the model,
Yeah.
but also now, since then, I have this separate teachers training, which I love. I haven't translated into English yet because I think it's stupid, you know. We have teachers from different countries, like
Yes.
Germany, for example. They teach in German,
Right.
and I cannot check how do they explain in English. That would be very bad results.
Yes.
So, however, the teachers training also there.
Yeah.
And now, Dance High School, since I moved to Croatia, doesn't exist. We just converted it to another project because Nastya is now taking care of it.
Right. Yeah.
And we just converted it into DS Dance Space,
Okay.
Dance and Soul Dance Space.
Yeah.
So it has more now with psychology, with like thinking about yourself, being aware of the movement, and like love accept yourself and stuff like this, you know.
Okay.
So half psychological, half dancing courses. That's the thing now.
It's very cool.
Something like that.
So you touched on something that we may touch on again a little later on. But moving on, I guess the next question, and you're a psychologist by training, what part does that play in your teaching and how do you implement it? And I'm guessing this is how this came into play with Dance High School.
Yeah, something like that, because I graduated, when I had to write diploma. Diploma is the work, the word.
Yeah.
So the topic was the awareness of the movement as a factor of success of salsa teachers.
Right.
And that was fun, I mean, to protect it, the work, because all the teachers at the university, professors, they haven't even heard the word salsa.
Right.
So they were pretending to be smart, however. So, so there are many theories actually in Soviet psychology. Mm-hmm. They were really investigating this topic about how to take an action, for example, from whatever, if you want to learn how to write without mistakes, And they were asking, how can we make this process work in a good way so that people really don't make mistakes?
Yeah.
And there are some very nice theories which I'm based on. For example, with speech, if you have noticed at the marathons, there are some tasks, for example, when I ask you to talk or to sing,
Yes.
because the speech is magically connected, our muscles with our brain,
Yes.
and stuff like that. So I like it very much that psychology gives me this basis, like theories that are proved that our brain works exactly in this way. Or about self-esteem, for example, or corrections, yeah? And people like my feedbacks because I also use some psychological, let's say, theories to give it, yeah?
Right.
I don't say directly, okay,
Yeah.
that's bad,
Right.
you have to train or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So I think there are many things I don't even realize, but I'm, let's say, psychologically aware of what is going on in people's brain. That's the way how psychology influences my teaching.
Very cool. Okay, so on to marathons. So marathons, not social dancing, but dance classes. How did you come up with this unique concept?
I think there was just an accident because when the pandemic started, we had to, because we have a business, we had to find ways to also go online.
Yeah.
And then I just somehow combined, because Nastya was taking all this, stupid marathons about like how to lose some weight or how to whatever cook,
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
And this marathon concept in Russia was very popular back then.
Yes.
And I just combined it in my head. I said, okay, let us do this musicality marathon.
Okay.
I didn't know what does it mean
Yeah.
back then, but I was like, it sounds cool. And we just thought about it. I mean, since I have the idea, it takes very quick till I realize, till I have to make it come true.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we just thought, okay, we have to try. And then I recorded it. And then I remember the first Russian marathon, we had almost 40 people, I think 37 people. I was dying when I giving feedback. But that showed that the concept is very nice.
Yes.
And then I realized, okay, I have to do all the other classes.
Yes. Yes.
And then I thought, okay, why won't do it in English? And then, boom, it
Very
happened.
glad you did.
Yeah, me too.
So, currently I have 4 English marathons, or marathons in English language. Musicality, the foot rock, spin marathon, and the arm work marathon.
Yes.
And I've taken all that I can take except the arm work marathon because that's more for follows. The musicality marathon especially contains knowledge that I think all dancers, performers, and teachers should have knowledge of. And it's a very special marathon to me. What inspired you to make this marathon specifically?
What inspired me for this musicality
Yeah.
marathon? I think in general the musicality course was very inspiring for me because so Boris Echa, my main teacher, I would say,
Yes.
he is a musician, so he's half dancer, half musician.
Right.
And when we hang out together, he would tell me much about music. He would show me the patterns. He would he really did a lot to me.
Yeah.
And I got mainly knowledge from him. And then I would take some other classes. So I gathered the information, like I said before,
Yeah.
from
Right.
everywhere. Then I would analyze myself the songs. For example, when these verse types, which I'm talking about,
Yes.
that was my analysis because I realized, okay, it clearly seems to me that verses are structured in
Yeah.
different songs. You can find verses that are similar,
Right.
So I structured them, and I really, this feeling like when you listen to a song and you think like, oh, I know this. This is the verse type number
Yeah,
one.
yes,
This is exactly
yes.
the same.
Right,
It was
exactly.
cool.
Yeah. That we learned from your marathon.
Yeah.
Recognize it a lot now.
Yes.
Very cool.
And also this clave pattern, for example,
Yeah.
like when you realize that song is written in clave,
Yeah.
I think that was the main inspiration, and so that's how I came up with the course. And then the course I've been given already for a few years before the marathon started.
Yeah.
So it was I literally just took the course and put it in the marathon situation. That's it.
Very cool. Excellent. Okay, so which is the most important marathon? If you had only a choice to take one of the marathons, which one would you say is the one that we should take?
I think the musicality one is the best, definitely, because it's like it's connected to salsa musicality. It's for me the same, yeah.
Right.
Like you dance with the music, and if you know how to show it, if you understand it, if you can know how to listen it, you get way more joy, pleasure from dancing. So whatever, if you, even you don't have good spinning technique or arms or whatever, it's still okay if you understand the music. So I think musicality definitely.
Okay, and follow up to that question. If you were going to take all of the marathons, is there a specific order that you would recommend taking the marathons?
I don't think it's really like changed much.
Yeah.
But if you could choose maybe in musicality, then foot rock right after because they have some common information.
Right.
And then after that, showing the music, the new marathon that I'm running, definitely because they're like three, you know,
Right.
like three brothers.
Okay.
Then spinning and arm work are both technical, so you could take any.
Okay.
No choice.
Really looking forward to that new marathon coming up
Me
soon.
too.
And okay, so besides the new marathon, what other projects do you have on stream? What can we look forward to from Svetlana?
I'm really much into mentorship now. I love it because this is like more or less the same work as we have at the marathon. So people are sending me the videos
Right.
of them dancing, and we're talking about what do they feel about their problems in dancing. I'm sharing my opinion, and we start working on certain techniques. So I'm sending them the exercises. They send me how do they make it. I send them feedback, new exercises and stuff like that. So
Okay.
it really works very well. I have now a few people training like that,
Yeah.
and I adore them so much because it takes so much discipline, you know, like just to train every
Yes.
day or every second day, and I mean, they're not restricted. They don't have the deadlines, but it's up to them. Yeah.
Okay.
And they're still training. They keep sending me the videos, and I really adore because I think I couldn't do that myself,
Okay.
honestly,
Okay.
frankly speaking. So
I'm sure you could, but yeah.
I don't know, maybe if I need it badly, but
Okay.
so that's really cool because I see the results and I can see that the person, like from at least from other part of the world, you know, like dancing and improving. That's really cool. And also the second, also very inspiring for me. I just got the idea.
Yeah.
So I have a book I wrote in Russian. It's called How to Learn to Dance When You're Adult. So
Right.
specifically learning dancing for adults.
Yes.
And everybody says, come on, you have to translate it into English, but I don't know why. It feels like I don't know. So I decided to make kind of an online course,
Okay. Cool.
like on this book, let's say. So I think I share I will tell about every topic,
Yeah.
and every lesson will have a theoretical and practical part. So I will tell about how do we copy the moves, or how to find the motivation for a development, or how to find the right teacher. So like there are 4 main chapters. I think
Okay.
they're going to be 5 lessons, and with every lesson we'll have theoretical part, like how to find a good teacher. Because it's really a problem. You have to
Yeah.
distinguish, right?
Yeah.
You see the person for the first time, you think that he's a good dancer because you never danced, right?
Right.
So there is no chance you can recognize whether the teacher is good. So I think it's a very, very painful topic and actual. So theoretical and practical part, that's it. So I wrote it down already. I just need to structure a little more, and I will record it.
And we know you'll structure it well,
Yeah.
as is evident in your marathons. Okay, last question. If you had the ear or the attention of everybody, all dancers in the world right now, what's the one message that you would want to leave them with? Or what message would you like to leave them with?
That's
Open-ended.
Tough one. I would say being conscious. Being conscious, because this is the thing that helps you in everything. If you're learning and you're conscious about what you're doing, you're conscious about the instructions and the way how do they combine the instructions and what you're doing, you improve in a different way, right? If you're dancing and you're conscious about what your partner, for example, whether the body reacts on you, whether the body shows that it's uncomfortable, or the facial expression, or whether you're conscious about the music that you're listening. So I think being conscious is one of the things that really develops us the most. So I think that would be the message.
It's a great
Being
message.
conscious and have fun. World peace.
Great message. So that's it. Thank you, Svetlana.
Thank you very much, Damien.
We can find all Svetlana's information at svetlana@teachable.com.
Yeah, SvetlanaRay.teachable.com.
SvetlanaRay.teachable.com, and on Instagram at Svetlana_Ray.
Yes.
Excellent. Anywhere else?
Facebook,
Svetlana Peregrina, Svetlana.
It will be Svetlana Ray.
Svetlana Ray on
days.
Facebook
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're here in Berlin with Svetlana, and I'm very happy that I was able to do this interview with her. And we will see you all again soon. We're going to have fun at the Berlin Salsa Festival right now, the One Family Festival. And she's going to be performing with the team, so show her all the support and love. See you guys.
Bye bye.